Hello and welcome to another video, and today we're out at a location I have never been and to say I'm excited is an understatement, because we've just walked from the car park and within 30 seconds we've seen these absolutely amazing trees that have been battered. I think the Scotch pines, and all they've got is just the top of the canopy left because the wind batters them from the sea. Because we're at Formby for some woodland and some seascape photography, and we're Ginger and Big Daz, and we literally only arranged it 24 hours ago. We've all met this morning and I'm a little bit overwhelmed by it because it's superb, but I'm glad I've come a little walk, because looking into the woodland looks really really nice, but I couldn't really spot an image as such. But now I've come into the wood looking out, I think I might be able to get a shot. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes just in looking out, because we've got that light, we've got that dark woodland inside, and then we've got a bit of light coming through beyond it, and that's what I like about it. So let's see if we can get an image. There's a gaggle of trees just behind you that looks superb with the sand dunes behind. I'm actually liking the sand dunes, and I might get up there shortly because I like this bit of cloud cover, and apparently today it's going to get, that cloud cover is going to disappear, and we've opened to be here for sunset as well. So we have got literally all day, because sunset's at 9:30 tonight, or whenever it is, 10 o'clock. So we have got plenty of time, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning, so we've got 12 hours of photography and maybe a beer in between, non-alcoholic. Anyway, right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the camera out, see if I can find a composition in here, and it may be black and white, but I'm not sure. But if you watch me, I prefer the colour, but in this situation it may be black and white, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, but I do like this contrast. I like the contrast. I like some of these roots and things like that. So there's a lot of interest here, but the trees look phenomenal. So one of the things I'm actually looking for is separation within the trees, and obviously it's difficult, but I'll try and get as much separation in the foreground trees as possible, and then the background trees, there's not a lot I can really do about it, but I think somewhere there would really work. And then we'll take another look. Now the sun started to come out then, and it was a little bit, that light was a little bit harsh, to be honest. Now it's just dropped behind a cloud again, which is good. So we'll see if we can grab an image quick, and I'll go over the composition that I'm thinking. Now it's about trying to get separation as best as I possibly can, which I think there's a shot there. So I'm going to grab that. I'm actually going to bracket the shot as well, because it's quite an high dynamic range. I'm just going to grab it before Ginge gets in the shot. But wow, what a start to the day. A lot of contrast there, a lot of contrast. Like I say, it might be a black and white. We'll see. And there's probably too much, to be honest, at the moment. But I like it. I like this foreground tree, and then so you start off at the foreground tree and it leads you all the way through the image from left to right. And again, working from left to right on the image works better, certainly for us Europeans, because we read left to right. to try and walk up this sand dune. Looks really steep, but I should just be able to make it just about. Saves me walking round. Well, it's the right move, but hey, let's do it, let's do it. Well, it's only 20 yards. And it was 1 step up, 3 steps back. Ooh, steep, that's steep. You could do a bit of surfing down there. Let's crack up. Okay, my thought process is I'll come onto the dunes before it gets too sunny, even though it's very sunny now. But I suppose with the dunes and the sand, that sunny day just blends in with it. It's what it should be. It's what you imagine in a glossy magazine promoting the area. So maybe that's what I've got to focus on. But what I'm trying to find is clean sandy areas, which is not many. I mean, these sand dunes are pretty well walked on, and it's not been windy or anything for a fair few weeks, I would have thought, so that wind hasn't flattened the sand off. But we're looking at the sand dunes, the grass, the sand, and we have got some of the old council fencing, the old council fencing just down here, which always makes a good interest, and it's almost buried within the sand. So there's another interest. And I'm thinking all 3 lenses. I'm thinking the long lens. I'm thinking more 24-17, and I'm also thinking real wide angle, which is really going to be interesting. So again, I'm going to get the camera out. Well, it's out. I'm going to get the camera, try to get some compositions close up to these foreground grasses, some nice grasses, some nice clean sand, and maybe this bit of fencing that's just running down here.
Loading, for the lyrics like I'm bowling.
First of all, what do you think to the hat? This is my holiday hat. It's my bucket hat, but I brought it today for 2 reasons. So I don't ruin this beautiful skin that I have with the sun, because I haven't brought any suntan lotion, and because of the sweat running into my eyes, and it's going to be about 26 to 28 degrees today. At the moment, like I say, it's only, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning, and it's very, very sweaty. The other thing is, Ginger's come up and he's come round here and he's spotting my composition with the old fence bugger. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go down there and show him how it's done, I think. So I don't think at the moment I'm gonna need the tripod at all. If I find a composition that I really feel I need to work, I'm going to get the tripod out. But at the moment, I honestly don't think we'll need it. So it'll mean I'm a little bit more flexible, to be honest, which will be nice, besides changing the lenses then. And I'll just have to be careful changing the lenses with this sanding around. But it's not, I've got a lovely, gentle breeze, which is just cooling everything down. I didn't realise I can see Blackpool Tower from here. Wow, how amazing is that? And Liverpool over here. Or the Welsh hillside here. Amazing. Fantastic. So it's a clear day. Okay, let's get down to this old council fencing. And I can remember this fencing at my granddad's years and years ago, and you still see the odd bit now. Obviously, as a landscape gardener, you still come across some that you've changed and put in new panel fencing on. And there's just something about them. It's just something that I think everybody can relate to as a council fence. Let's go and shoot them.
Gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke, and I will try to fix what has been broken, and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let.
So we've all stopped and just photographed this little bank of trees on the end here. Done a couple of comps, one portrait which I really like, one landscape, and what I'll do is I'll get rid of the trees on that right hand side, that side. Just get a couple so it separates them, so it looks as if there's that group of trees on their own. Nice image. Okay. Oh, it's getting warm. It's getting warm. Let's move on. We are really in an oasis of trees, of these Scotch pines that have been battered. It's absolutely unbelievable. I honestly think in the real, the conditions are quite harsh at the minute, but we're still going to take some images. A lot of them are going to be, I think, maybe black and white. Like I say, even though I'm a colour man myself. But what a stunning place. It's hard to actually move on, because you know there's images all around you, it's just finding them. And if there was a little bit of mist and atmosphere and fog, a bit of sea fog early morning, oh, this would be spectacular. We've come across this one bit where I've just been taking a photo of this ridge of trees, which I think is just here. And I think the tree that was just sort of in the middle of them that were framed is this one. Where are we? Actually behind me. Little one here. That one there. There's a couple of pathways running through which look really nice. Oh, it's just fabulous. We've not even been on the beach yet. Actually now it's probably, we're getting the odd little bit of fleeting light. It's a little bit harsh at times, which we don't want. But when it's just that little bit more softer, that little bit more ambient light, that reflective light, it works so much better. Or if it brightens up in the background or maybe the foreground, something like that can work better as well. And it's a red squirrel area as well, so we've even tried to keep his eye out for the odd little ginger creatures. Not the one that's come and met us this morning, the smaller ginger creatures. Little red squirrels. But yeah, this is a shot here, and really it's the pathway running through these trees that looks really nice. again, just focusing on a third of the way in, waiting for that light, the better light, and grabbing a shot. I wish now I'd have brought my catcher clip, because we don't really need the tripod. But what we do need to do is react. And I've even forgot my next strap. I think it's in the other bag. I've carried it everywhere for the last 6 months. I've not used it once. I took it out of the bag this morning. You've guessed it, when I need it. Okay, let's go a little wander up here and see what we can find. So we're sort of making our way back now, and we've come onto the sand dunes, and I have found a real nice comp. I really like it. I've been working it with Andel first, and I thought, you know what, it's worth getting a tripod out, because I might need to focus stack it. Hello! Got a visitor. And these sand dunes and the grasses on them look beautiful. So yeah, I've come sort of right over this clump of grass to separate it from the grass behind. So it steps in. We've got this main subject. Then we move to the right hand side, then the left, then the right, then the left, and then the lovely sea in the distance there. And I've put the sea on the top third. So yeah, it's a really nice set out composition, but I don't want the grasses moving. I don't think. So I've upped the ISO to 250, got a 400th of a second f11, so we've got a bit of depth in there, but I am going to focus stack it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll focus on and I'm bracketing the shot. So I've focused on this foreground grasses on the dune. We'll go a third of the way in, focus there. On the next step on the right hand side we'll focus there, and then I'm going to focus on the far dune, and that should be more than enough to get the shot. What's drawing it in for me is this sort of pathway of sand that leads your eye through all the way through the image. Very nice indeed. It's the image I was trying to get, that I had in my mind actually when I've come here, this sand dune shot. It's gone quite cloudy actually at the moment. It did predict full-blown sunshine, but I'm glad about that, because it could be an epic sunset tonight. But this is just a phenomenal place. Phenomenal. We've still not been on the beach yet. Nearly about 4 hours. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, see what else we can get. We've done for this one. We're going to walk back over the dunes, see if there's any more images we can capture on the way back. We're going to get back to the van, have a cup of tea, and then we're going to move on for a little bit. And then we might be back here later. I don't know what the plan is yet. And
he's forgot his bucket and spade.
I have. I'm gutted. Could easily do a sand sculpture. Okay, so yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. What a fantastic place. What a brilliant location. Well worth a visit. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.